The best web dev stack by DevPlate. Let's hop right into it, man.
Let's get this out of the way. If you're still asking what's the best web dev stack, hoping for one magic answer, you're already behind. Because in 2026, the problem isn't too many tools. The problem is developers choosing stacks without understanding why they exist. So this video isn't a tool list. It's a reality check on what actually works in production in 2026, based on performance.
If you're still asking for what the best web stack is to use, I ain't gonna lie to you, you don't really deserve to be in the field of problem solving, because that's like saying that is the equivalent to saying what is the best way to solve one plus one. One computer plus one client equal two happy people. That's all you gotta know. And how you get to them happy people is by making sure the web stack that you choose is the best one to keep the client happy. I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't, please, please, please give other motherfuckers the room to grow in this field. Because that's all you guys are doing, making it saturated. And then somehow those people are better networkers than people who are actual developers and they get the fucking job. That's just how the cookie crumbles. But you never know that a cookie is crumbling until it starts crumbling in front of you.
Cost, hiring trends, and real adoption. As of late 2025 going into 2026, web development has officially changed shape. Three things matter now. First, TypeScript is not optional. If your stack is JavaScript only, you're building legacy software in real time. Second, edge computing. One, cold starts, bloated node servers, and massive AWS bills are out. Low latency edge functions are in. Third, frameworks are full stack now. Front end and back end are no longer separate jobs. They're different rendering strategies inside the same codebase. If your stack doesn't respect those three realities, it's already outdated. Stack 1, the startup or MVP stack. This is what most people should be using, but somehow still aren't. Front end, Next.js. App router, React Server components. Back end, Edge functions. Database, Postgres or MySQL with Drizzle. Styling, Tailwind, not because it's trendy, but because it scales. Hosting, Versal or Cloudflare. Why this works in 2026, you get server rendering, streaming, caching, and APIs in one place. Drizzle beats Prisma here for one reason: zero runtime overhead. When you're deploying to the edge, that matters. This stack ships fast, scales reasonably, and doesn't bankrupt you at 10,000 users. And yes, most funded startups are using some variation of this, whether people want to admit it or not. Stack 2, the enterprise stack. This is for teams that actually care about structure, not vibe. Coding, front-end, Quick or Astro. UI layer, React where needed, not everywhere. Back-end, Nest.js or Hano. Database, PostgreSQL. Caching, Redis at the edge. Tooling, NX or TurboRepo. Here's the key idea: you minimize JavaScript by default. You hydrate only what's interactive. You treat the browser like a delivery system, not a runtime for your entire app. Quick and Astro exist because shipping less JavaScript wins. Period. This stack is boring, and that's exactly why enterprises trust it. Stack 3, the performance first stack. This is for SEO, e-commerce, and low bandwidth markets. Framework, Astro, rendering. Mostly static HTML, navigation, native.
I don't, yo, this is my, I maybe I need to hop back into web dev a little bit more when it comes, because I've been playing with Python and I guess automation a lot, less about web development, more about bots and automation and stuff like that. So I'm not too well versed with Astro, but maybe because the last project I deployed with Vercel, what was it? I want to say it was around the first time that Vercel had the outage when it was yeah, the first like big news about Vassell when it had like bad outage. It was either outage or leaks in the data system breaches, stuff like that. That's the last time I used Vassell. Um, I just have not enjoyed web development. It was just too boring. Automation and scripting. with Python. Even shit, heck, training models sounded more cool at the time. So that's where I've been. But maybe we go back to that.
View transitions, images, a VIF and JPEG XL, analytics, privacy first, lightweight. Here's the uncomfortable truth: most websites do not need React hydration. They need fast HTML and good caching. Astro embraces that reality instead of fighting it. If your goal is lighthouse scores, search rankings, and real users, this stack quietly destroys everything else. Let's be honest. Create React app is dead. Express alone is a liability. MongoDB is losing ground for transactional apps. Angular is surviving on inertia, not momentum. If your stack hasn't evolved since 2019, you're maintaining, not engineering. Here's the part nobody wants to.
And that's what I realized. So like my stack was what is it? It was Next.js, which was hosted on Vercel, and I had a Supabase backend, which is Postgres SQL by default. And yo, when I tell you every mother, and it was a PWA, Progressive Web Application. When I tell you every motherfucking day, it felt like I was maintaining a code base that was bound to crash. I started to look at progressive web applications as like not too much of a great experiment, because it uses JavaScript. That whole library of PWA needs to be upgraded. I don't know if it's because applications itself kind of got a monopoly with Android and Apple, but I was not trying to keep hosting my website and then have to worry about another cost to host on my application, and it's just too much.
Here, stacks change. Foundations don't. If you want to be relevant in 2026, focus on how rendering actually works, when to use server versus client, how databases scale, how caching saves money, how edge limits force better architecture. Tools are temporary, understanding is permanent. There is no best stack, but there is a best stack for your constraints. If you're building fast, use Next.js and Edge. If you're building big, use Structure and Minimal JS. If you care about performance, ship HTML, not frameworks. And if you're
Yeah,
still collecting certificates instead of learning how the web actually works, the stack isn't your problem.
yeah, I agree. If you're building big, and that's why I like PWA because it gives you room to kind of like it's not the best stack, don't get me wrong, but it gives you room to have the best performance if you know how to like make your stack lightweight. That's the thing about it. If it's not lightweight and it's kind of bulky, then shit, people are gonna have a tough time scrolling through your page. It's probably gonna be slower than what's normally used. And yeah, I could resonate with this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and make sure y'all go to Dev's Plates page and tell them I sent you.